facing the police every single day.
Cop's son shoots, kills unarmed man in broad daylight, on video no charges. The son of a Killeen cop was never arrested for murdering an unarmed man in broad daylight on video, and now it is announced he won't be charged at all. By Matt Agarist, March 9, 2019. Killeen, Texas. Disturbing video of a murder in Killeen, Texas was published in 2017 by the Free Thought Project of a man being murdered in broad daylight. The Free Thought Project reported on this video to help seek justice for Curtis E. Shelley after police refused to arrest his killer. Now, after a year of inaction, we learned that the killer, who is the son of a Killeen police officer, will have no charges filed against him. The Bell County grand jury met Wednesday and no charges were returned in the killing of Shelley. Naturally, the Shelley family was devastated and were quick to claim that the suspect got away with murder because he's the son of a cop. As KCEN reports, they said the aftermath of the shooting has torn the family apart and they do not have closure or feel like justice was served. They also said they're upset that the person they believe shot Shelley has still not been named as the suspect. Bell County District Attorney Henry Garza released the following statement after the no bill was returned. On November 12, 2017, the Killeen Police Department began an investigation concerning the death of Curtis Shelley. As a result of the subject of the investigation being related to an active officer with the Killeen Police Department, Police Chief Kimball requested the Texas Rangers to handle the investigation. Toward the end of 2018, the investigation was completed by the Texas Rangers, and due to other work that was scheduled before the grand jury, the investigation could not be presented before their term expired. Today, Wednesday, the Bell County grand jury was presented the completed investigation of the Texas Rangers, and after due deliberation by the Bell County grand jury, they decided not to return an indictment in connection with the death of Curtis Shelley. In any other case involving the shooting death of an unarmed person, rest assured that the public would be, at the very least, given the shooter's name. However, this case was tainted from the start. Despite video showing the shooting of an unarmed man, no arrests and no charges were ever made, and his name was never released. As we reported at the time, an anonymous source told the Free Thought Project that the shooter in the video below is the son of a KPD officer. The victim's grandmother confirmed this as well. And only after we reported it did the Texas Rangers announce this connection. Police officials said the Texas Rangers were invited to assist in the investigation into the death of Curtis E. Shelley after the alleged shooter's connection to a department employee was discovered. As KCEN reported at the time, on Sunday, November 12, officers were dispatched to the scene around 2:10 p.m. They found Shelley on the ground in the 1000 block of Cedar Drive with a gunshot wound. Officers said they performed life-saving measures until paramedics arrived, but Shelley did not survive. The investigation determined that the victim and suspect were involved in an ongoing dispute, according to the Killeen Police Department. The shooter was reportedly Shelley's neighbor. According to Shelley's family, Shelley was walking home when he got into an argument with his neighbor over Shelley's family dog. The family claims Shelley's neighbor stabbed the dog a few weeks earlier. As the video shows, the two men were engaged in an obvious dispute, with the shooter training the gun on Shelley the entire time. As the situation appears to calm down, Shelley walks backward and the shooter has the chance to leave the scene. However, the shooter chooses not to leave, and with no warning and without Shelley lunging or otherwise posing any threat, the man fired the shotgun. The single shot dropped Shelley immediately and he died shortly after. At the time, legal experts noted that it would be difficult for the shooting to be justified. However, it was, and now a family has to live with the fact that their neighbor, a son of a police officer, killed their beloved family member and no justice will be served. As TFTP reported at the time, the shooter wasn't even brought in for questioning for several days after he killed a man. He was allowed to leave the scene after police arrived and nothing ever came of it. When watching the video below, ask yourself what possible reason would deter police from going to the shooter's house and immediately arresting him. Below is the raw video of the shooting. Warning, it is disturbing. Below is the local news coverage of the grand jury decision. Spread the love.
We're going to get right into it. A lot of news to get to today. No charges have been filed in the shooting death of a Killeen resident, Curtis Shelley.
Now, Shelley was shot and killed in November 2017 by a neighbor after an argument, and the whole crime was caught on camera. Channel 6's Imani Payne has been following this story since it happened and joins us now with the very latest. Imani.
Chris and Leslie, this entire situation has torn the family apart. They now feel that Curtis's death was in vain and say this is certainly not the outcome they were hoping for.
It's just like he wasn't even important to anybody, to any of the system or anything. I mean, it's like he was just a number. It really disappoints me the way our justice system is, and the way they handled this.
Curtis Shelley, a name well known in Central Texas, but not until after he died. This exclusive video shows the final moments before Shelley's death. He was arguing with his neighbor, who we know is the son of a Killeen police officer. However, his name was never publicly released. That neighbor hops out of his car with a gun and continues arguing with Shelley, who has his hands raised, when suddenly he shoots and kills Shelley. The shooting led to many memorials and demonstrations as family and supporters called for justice. The Texas Rangers investigated, but today, 2 years later, a grand jury looked the case over and decided not to return an indictment in connection with the death.
Anger and hostility, but at the same time, a lot of sadness. He pulled out a shotgun to defend himself when clearly he could have got out and handled it a totally different way.
He prayed him like he was a deer, and then shot him like he was a deer, and it's just disgusting that absolutely nothing happened to him.
Shelley's fiance Beverly witnessed the shooting and was there for his final moments. The only thing keeping her going all this time was the hope for justice.
Because they have all the evidence right there. I have no idea why they would even, or how they could even do that. We're planning on actually getting married and actually having kids. And now we can't do that.
And they wonder if the shooter's ties to Killeen PD played a role.
I bet if that was, the roles were reversed and Curtis had shot him in the same manner with him being a police officer's son, I guarantee you the result would have been different.
The family says with no justice being served, they're now searching for a new way to find closure. The family is planning on holding a get-together with loved ones and supporters in the next few weeks. We'll have the details on KCENTV.com as they become available. Chris and Leslie.
Hey Sheriff County, this is Sheriff County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.